I'm Robert Burns with GraviGrav. Today I'd like to show you how easy it is to use our M40 ABC. I'm going to go over laying out a plate, inputting text, saving a job, recalling a job, setting the cutter, just about everything it would take to engrave a plate. And then that would translate into a legend plate or a badge or a medallion or whatever. They all basically work the same. But the machine couldn't be more simple, and I'm going to show you how simple it is. Okay, when you boot the machine up, this is the first screen that you see. All you do is just hit the ABC touchpad. First screen will come up, which is A. Here it wants to know the size plate that you want to engrave. So we're going to engrave a plate that even points to width. I'm going to tell it that I want a width of 8 inches. I'm using my keyboard to do this. And I'm going to tell it that I want a height. I'm just swiping over it. And I'm going to tell it I want a height of 2 inches. I'm going to make a 2 by 8 desk plate. Okay. Once you do that, hit enter and hit the B for text. And I'm going to tell it that I want a character height of 3/4 of an inch. Just highlight where it points to a letter, so that corresponds with letter height. Hit in that you want it to be 0.75, and I'm going to also tell it that I want the font style, this is where you pick your font, to be, I'm going to pick something a little fancier there. Let's see, let's have a, not too fancy, because it is a desk plate. I'm going to pick the, there's a 3-line Futura that I'm going to select. Once you select it, that's all you need to do. Your cursor is blinking. I'm going to hit the cap locks and tell it I want to say Burns. I should be able to spell that. B-U-R-N-S. That's it. Shows you what it looks like. At this point in time, I could go back and edit it. I could, by swiping over it, I could edit the height, the style font, add a second line, a third line, fourth line, whatever. Anything from here. It's just that when I hit C to go to the next screen, that will be the engraved screen, ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and hit C. From the C screen, I can set how fast I want it to engrave. I can set how deep I want it to try to go. I can set how much I want it to raise. I can set the orientation, whether I want it to be in the middle of the vise or the upper left-hand corner. I can set whether or not I want the spindle motor to turn, or I can set whether I want it to engrave in just about any direction you need it to engrave in. So I can set the orientation of the text. I can have a Z auto where it would come out, touch down, and prompt me to hit a check once it's touched. I'm going to show you how to manually adjust it for plastic. I like doing it that way a little better, but the Z works just fine. And then when I'm ready, I just hit the start button to send it over to the table. Okay, when you go to set the depth, your cutter is going to have a cutter head on it. So with the yellow handle screwdriver, actually it's a cutter head wrench, you would take the head off, and I would put it in the spindle here. Now you want it to go through, but not all the way through. Well, actually I don't want it to go all the way through at all. I'm going to tighten my set screw here with the black handle screwdriver before it goes all the way through, so I have nothing sticking out. I'm going to put my piece of material under what I want to up in the upper left-hand corner, because my orientation was set for upper left-hand corner and not center of the vise. At this point in time, I would, a little awkward here, but I'm going to jog down over the material, and I'm just going to touch, before I do that, I'm going to put my micrometer on the bottom here, on 0. There's a little indicator. I'm going to touch Z, and I'm going to run it down until it barely touches. I want it not to hit real hard, but just a firm landing. Once that happens, loosen with the black handled screwdriver the cutter itself, let it fall, tighten it up, and then I just hit check. Now whether I'm engraving 1 plate, 2 plates, 10 plates, or 10,000 plates, my cutter is adjusted. Now I'm going to screw it, I'm going to turn it to the right, and you'll see the increments. It goes 5, 10, 15, 20. Now depending upon what you're engraving, it depends on what depth you want to go. So this has a pretty thin surface to it, so I'm going to set it on about 3 thousandths and tighten my indicator. 3 thousandths of the cutter is hanging out the bottom. Start button, it beeps, and then I hit the green button on the engraver itself. The beep lets me know that the job's arrived. Hit start, and I should be good to go. And a little vibration. Now it's making a little mess. A chip removal system would have been nice, but I'm using just the regular depth nose that comes with it. Well, now that it's finished, all I have to do is just remove it, and there you go. Beautiful desk plate. Now this is something I want to make all the time. It's a school system or a customer of whatever. This is something that they use, or maybe we may use them around the office here. So in order to save a job, it's pretty simple too. Once you decide that you want to save the job, all you have to do is go to back to the first screen, which is A, hit the little 3.5-inch diskette, give your job a name, and then hit check. Then when you go to recall a job, just click on, your jobs will be listed, and you can scroll down, and I'm going to tell it that I want to recall Goof. That's what I'd call this job originally, and then hit the it looks like a little printer of sorts, but you'd hit that and then hit check. Now it'll warn you that you're replacing a job, and if you want to replace it without saving, just hit check and it recalls the job. Here again, couldn't be easier. Well, I hope you found this informative. If there's a more simple to use engraver on the market today, I haven't seen it. The M40 for simple jobs, I'm going to say that it's suited for all the more complicated jobs, but you could get the M40 with an upgrade in software if need be later along. But for your desk plates and door signs and oh heck, just anything that's fairly simple, it couldn't be more simple to do. Till next time.